Okay, here we are with the next installment of the Revell monogram 98 Pontiac Firebird Ram Air build. We'll be looking at the engine compartment and a few extras that I put in. Alright, here we have the engine compartment. And instead of just doing a straight up build like I told myself I was going to do, as this was supposed to be a box top build, I just can't help myself. I did a little research and found several pictures of the engine bays of the Ram Air Firebirds and decided to install a few details that were missing in this kit. I was primarily concentrating on the right side of the engine compartment. As you can see, I added the wiring harnesses running on the left side of the engine compartment, very similar to this car I found online. You see the harness runs right along the edge of the engine compartment. Then there are two harnesses that run to a ground and another harness that runs through the throttle control, it seems to be. Now if you look at the model, let's see if we can zoom in here. There we go. We have all the harnesses running along the side of the engine compartment. We have the two wires going to the ground, the one coming from the throttle control, and after that I moved on to the air conditioning. This car had an air conditioning receiver dryer, which is that canister you see right in the center. That is the receiver dryer for the air conditioner right there. Now, while it did have one line coming out, it had no line on the other side heading toward the firewall. So I fabricated this line here using a brass rod you can buy at any local hobby shop. Very similar to these rods here. You can bend and shape them. Then I painted the rod black on one side for the rubber hose headed toward the firewall, and then silver on the other side for the metal pipe that heads to the receiver dryer. I then took a piece of tubing, evergreen polystyrene tubing you can pick up at any hobby shop. I took the hollow tubing, I can't recall exactly what size it was, cut the two ends to make the fittings on each side of the line coming out of the receiver dryer. Painted that with Tamiya silver. The rest of the line with Tamiya flat black. And boom, you have an air conditioning line heading toward the interior of the car. Seeing as how the cowling comes so far over the engine, you can't really see past it. You only have to put enough line to travel under the cowling. There we go. So as I go along, there will be throttle cables and a few of the harnesses scattered throughout, just to try and give this more of a realistic appearance. The more you fill up the engine compartment, the more interesting it is to look at. It's going to involve a lot of trial and error, but if you look at it, it works. It fills up the engine compartment, all the empty spaces, and really makes it a lot more interesting. Quite a few details put in. Decals to still apply for the battery, the intake, and the Vecchi label on the side. And then I've got a couple other decals which I am going to apply just to try and simulate what's going on over here and here. These two covers have labels on them, fuses, and I'll find something that can approximate that. So there it is, the engine compartment's going together. It's going to take a little bit longer to finish than I had planned because, well, I like to do the details. Alright, see you on the next one.